Welcome to your reading. We're going to look into your creator type, and if there are ideas for your life's mission, what it is, maybe an aspect of it that you didn't realize yet, maybe just in this very moment, like a suggestion how to move forwards. Could also be that that comes forward more for you than essential life mission that you have. It's also your twin flame mission. It's also your ascended life mission. It's also your life's purpose. These terminologies, for now, here I will use interchangeably. And I want for this reading to give you clarity in this a little bit of a chaotic entrance as well, so that you just find exactly what you came for at this very moment when you entered this reading. And that can be any moment, can be the now, when this video comes out, or in the future. That doesn't really matter. It will be relevant for you when you find it. Now, how does it work? You can do the little quiz that we have. This is a reading that works with the quiz. You make the quiz a few questions, and then you find out what kind of creator type you have in the now, maybe for always, but also maybe in the now for this question, for the question that is relevant to your mind of the now, right? And you resonate perhaps best with being the creator, like the artist, the one with the ideas. Or maybe you resonate best for this moment with the coach, the one that knows how things are best done and maybe can even make them better, like the teacher, like the one that is like observing and then gives wise advice. Or maybe you are the builder in the now, or for this moment, or for your question, or for your entire life's purpose as a soul. Maybe you're the builder, and the builder is the one that knows how to manage and build systems and make sure that the people that you've sold your services or products to are actually helped. Or maybe you are really this this person that is the acknowledger. It's the one that acknowledges themselves for their qualities and who they really are, and other people for who they really are in the moment, or like in eternity, right? And you're just very much this people person, right? That makes people enthusiastic also, and stays with themselves while doing that as well. Someone that is really making stuff come true in that human realm, right? Like with the connection and the relationship. It's like really the acknowledger. And I now gave these descriptions of like the coach, the creator, the builder, and the acknowledger in a little bit of the direction of being active in a business. And that is also what I really like to inspire you with, but don't feel that you have to. So if you do that little quiz, then you know which type you are for the moment, for this reading. And then you can click on your reading from that type for this question. Is there something to say about your life's mission? See you in your reading.
Ik ben de danser van verhalen, de verbinder van beweging. Ik ben de danser van verhalen, de verbinder van beweging. Ik ben de danser van verhalen, de verbinder van beweging.
So, welcome to the coach creator type for your question of your mission. Is there something to say about your mission, in the now or for your entire life. What is your mission, or what is a good step to make in your quest inside of that? Well, we're going to look in a few card decks for you to find your answer for now. And this is my own deck I created myself, and it's called the Manifest and Heal cards. And we're going to have a Manifest and Heal cards. I'm sure there will be deeply healing answers in it, and also like a deeper experience. And we'll also get a life purpose deck answer. And maybe I'm going to, if it need be, clarify with the classical tarot. So for the creator, yeah, let's do that order, right? So let's shuffle with the intention to get an answer. And I see a card already. Wow, it's a card for you that is from the golden side. That is the ideas. So the coach has, that's your reading it, right? You have a card from a series that is actually from the inventor, the idea person, from like the artist, like the creator, the new idea. So maybe you feel at this moment, or in your heart in general, really connected to this coach type person that is having natural wisdom in your soul that you can help other people with, right? And you may, for now, be in a phase where you have a new idea, or a new idea wants to present themselves to you, or you open up to the possibility that there could be more to the picture than you had already until now, that there is something new or additional that wants to be born through you and come in the light and make itself known to you, so that you can integrate that in your situation, or in your question, or in your entire life situation, or your life direction, right? And it's as if there's like this huge egg, the mystery egg. Something is inside of it, and you're just seeing that. Maybe you're just the eye, the wise eye of the coach, the wise person that sees that for the first time now, gets this new view, this vista on this new idea, like, hey, there is more, hey, there's something, hey, there's a specific message maybe I need to listen to, hey, there's like this beautiful mysterious egg. It's maybe not really recognizable yet, because it's, and the egg in a sense needs to be broken to get the message across to you, right? And that can be done, and it's always safely done when you can break the egg from the inside out, right? When you can like nurture that egg, so that like the little chick inside of it will like hurt the walls themselves so that they break. That's the most safe option, right? You can only like gently wait and gently warm the egg, perhaps, like be there with your loving attention, and then the new chick will break itself out of the egg. Maybe that's a good strategy for you to now have concerning your new idea, or your new level of awareness, or your new message that wants to be known to you. Yeah. So seeing the egg, or like the still not defined, but really there thing, object, idea, blueprint, and acknowledging it. It's there, and you just stay with that. Just stay with that knowing. Then it will develop itself. There's also a relationship that you need to perhaps develop with that new creation. It's the artist that's actually the same as like the creator that I call it in this series of readings, and that this card is the wise one, and it's about what. Yeah, you're just seeing what it is, getting the first glimpse of what it is, right? A 2.2, creating new results out of success experiences, right? Because we're just assuming that you're not, like in a human sense, in your life history, you're not a blank slate. You already have many things that worked well in the past. So maybe something new wants to be born out of many experiences that maybe weren't really it, almost it, not really it. But now something wants to be born out of that. And that could even be something that is like really not the same as that series of earlier experiences, really different. Like on another level. Like it's not even logical that it comes out of all these earlier experiences, yet it is what's coming out. Yeah, so that you can acknowledge both. You can acknowledge what was good about the past, and also that your new layer of life perhaps is totally different, and it's created because there was certain success, to a limited degree perhaps, but still. And then that's digested and it's good and it's wonderful, it's nice. And then you let it go and something new comes, like on a new level, right? And it has something to do with it, but also like not, because it's really new, it's new. But you also don't need to push that history away. And when you're not very old yet, or you're like, yeah, I don't know about my earlier experiences, I don't refer to that for this moment or for this topic or for this situation. Well, you are a human being, and that is like an organic whole of many things and many lives, even, and many, yeah, like the heart is a core, it's one, but there are also many heart chambers, right? And there may be, many colors of blood running through the heart. So there's always like a many in the one. So, out of the many of you, even when you don't have like past experiences or past success experiences that you want to look back on, maybe as distinctive from past non-success experiences. But anyway, maybe it's not even that or both of those. Maybe it's just like you are like this whole of so many shades, wonderful shades already as a human being. Although you're one, you're also the many, and then something entirely new wants to be born from that, through you. So I love that. So what can we say with the green parts of the, they're both green. My own deck is also green. Okay, that's funny. So what can we, yeah, I see two. That one as well? Or maybe then. Okay, so maybe you have two then from the life purpose deck. And often it's so surprising that this deck can give such concrete answers that are at the same time still very poetic, and can also be at the same time interpreted in different ways that fit you or the situation. Wow, this is great. You are connected to a cornucopia, that's this one, of endless abundance, it says. It's a Dutch version. The endless abundance, the classic cornucopia seen on the depiction, basket and fruits that's falling out, the abundance of nature, which is also the abundance of human nature that I just talked about, of all these shades of red in your heart chambers and stuff, just abundant in the one that you are. And that's your nature. It's for everyone. So you are completely, it says, supported when you devote yourself to your divine life's mission. That's how true abundance comes into being. So maybe it's time for you that you're really going to start that new path, the new idea is your eventual life's mission. And your true abundance that belongs to your soul already is truly going to be activated through this phase, through moving forward while keeping in your heart that true idea and moving forward anyway, even when there are circumstances that seem not so advantageous. And the other card is also beautiful because it is the building card. Building. So a builder is one of my types, actually. So that's funny. You just have already 3 of the types in your reading. Your reading is through the coach archetype, okay? And in your reading, we have seen the builder, which is also one of the archetypes. And we have seen the artist or the creator, which is also an archetype. And in everything we do here, the cornucopia of abundance, the experience of it, and the money aspect of it, and the love and relationship aspect of it is really central to what we do, what we aim for. So I love that you really have like these central ideas. So the builder you have as well. So it looks like until now in your reading, you don't have the acknowledgement yet. But maybe, you know, you can see this reading, this moment that you came here as your opportunity to acknowledge yourself. There's your acknowledgement type blueprint as well for you. So I advise that at this point, I guess, right? So your card builder says your inborn gifts to build and to create give you a deep sense of fulfillment. Beautiful. So it looks like that you have, let's say, a talent to build stuff. Maybe that's new for you, you know, that maybe you just really have what it takes. You have what it takes and you need to sort of believe that. And it will give you a feeling of fulfillment and deep satisfaction when you actually allow that aspect of yourself to come out. And I believe that to come out is really something else sometimes than we think what it is. You know, to let an aspect come out of you into the world, it's not always that self-evident, because sometimes we think it means just like sort of theater playing it out and running after that idea. But you might like get stuck quite quickly because that was only the very alone ego aspect, personality aspect of you that started running with it. And like there's some sort of an art of taking your entirety with yourself while you're doing that. And that's a beautiful opportunity to give yourself, you know, the grace and the depth of experience, to the patience and the perseverance. Is that correctly said in English? To, you know, stick with it and to get your entirety into this building, even when it seems slow, but according to whose judgment? So yeah, maybe slow, but movement anyway. So let me see. I think I actually want to close it off and go to the, I'm going to read for you the actual text of the first card that we had, because most of the time that official description is just very to the point. I will read it from the from the booklet, and it's on my screen. So it is wisdom when you can discern a completely different or opposing route. Yeah, the image showing the eye looking at the eye. It's wonderful. But there's more. This is actually the correct description. And it's called the overview of arrival. It is useful to travel to your states of being and take that seriously. Golden flow, which refers to your abundance, and also your money and entrepreneurship for that matter. And harmonious union, which refers to being with your one true soul love together in life. That is your last and ultimate love and lover. Golden flow and harmonious union really exist. And every new step on that way towards it is a valuable one. After any step or after arrival on the grandest scale, you are being invited to become full of what this step brought you in freedom and inner space. This way, you will, after a certain period, start to flow over the rim of your bucket, and you will be able to share from it. This moment is a point at which you also have an overview landscape in which you stand right now. You oversee where you came from and are moving towards. It is a viewpoint as if from an old wise bird flying high in the sky. This overview gives you the needed information when you let the structures sink into you. Now you see what you can combine for satisfying the result. And in assembling this new image, you have no judgment about the different parts of it. You only see the wholeness of the result. This is the strong vision the world needs right now, anchored in the leadership of those that walked above. You may feel alone. You will learn to trust your wisdom when you nevertheless keep on following what the image tells. You will feel less alone when you start to flow over, and through that attract people to you that desire to receive from you. Yes, this is a business in the me economy. I always say me economy, and I've sometimes heard that people think that it sounds egotistical, but it's the deeper me that we're looking for, right? We're looking for the self, we're looking for your selfhood, we're looking for your soul that is connected to the source of all. Right? So pretty profound to create an economy based on that. The last part of the text for you. You have completed an important step and are able to overview a large area. The entirety of the idea that feeds you and your students has taken shape. Start now with taking in your role and position and shake off guilt and shame about it. Shake off projections of others as well. Wonderful. So I hope this really helped you. Yeah, and I hope you come back for a new reading or other videos of our Creative Universe channel. See you real soon. Love from Petra. Bye-bye. Welcome. You are here because you are the creator blueprint. You are the artist or the one with the new idea. You are the visionary. And I want you to know that we're going to look out for your life's mission or an idea to make that first step from where you're now. And we're going to do that with my Manifest and Heal card deck. And the manifestation ones are the green ones, but the healing cards have the golden backside. And to see which one is going to come out, I just used them all together now. For now, it's one bunch, and we're also going to look at your life purpose card that is helpful for you today. I'm going to shuffle and pull cards for you live. And maybe, if necessary, we're going to look for clarification. That's what tarot. If necessary, maybe not. The first reading, that was not necessary. But for you, the creator, that came out of your, what's it called? The quiz as creator for now, or maybe associate with that quality always. Yeah, just get creative for now. So let's shuffle the Manifest and Heal cards with intention. Go very quick. Yeah, this one was beautiful. It moved. It was very moving. That's beautiful. That felt alive. This card felt alive. So this is a card that really connects with the outcome of your quiz that you did. Maybe I'm going to do more class as well. It's less distracting, those glares. Maybe the cards also have a glare. So we'll make those videos better and better. So you have a card from the Manifest and Heal cards deck that is in tune with your creator type that you came out of the quiz with. It's the golden type card. It's the artist or creator type card. And it really has also the movement that I felt in the card when it came out of the deck is actually here. This is like a moving, alive energy vortex. And it is born out of an egg. And the egg is like freshly broken in two, right? As if you're going to make an omelet or something. But what comes out is like a full energy body in itself. You know, we're human beings and we just live inside of our energy body. That's just how we're designed. And there's even a bigger energy body that is perhaps you could say even more subtle or something that, you know, comprises you and your one true twin flame. Or like most everyone, it's only one true twin flame that is created as the complementary expression of your soul blueprints that you have together. In your energy body, in your light body, as how it comes from the divine, from source, where it starts. Two complementary expressions in that. Blueprints in that light source where that soul is created, where that twin flame, as they call it, is created. And then there are two expressions of that on the soul level. Right? So you grow up in different physical circumstances, but the soul is belonging in the same blueprint. Anyway, that's apparently what it makes me think about. But we were actually talking about that sort of egg yolk made of an energy vortex. And I just wanted to say that's what you are. That's what you are individually, and that's what you are as your whole, your entirety. So that's the truth of what you are. It is born. And the card says qualities, because qualities are inborn. That's true. Your qualities are inborn inside of you, and you can get to know them. And you will even find how individual creator qualities are complementary with your one soul partner. And then all those qualities that you both individually have, they both come down to shared values. It's just such a beautiful, intricate system that is defined by Source. So, and the card is from the Artist series. It's a transformer and gives answer to why. So maybe you do want to know why something is happening at this moment for your situation. That's why you're in this reading right now at this point. Could be. Because qualities are inborn. Like that's the answer, right? So sometimes we're on our journeys and on our mission path, maybe as a mission path that is like finding out what your true qualities are and how you can translate them to maybe services or products that you can share with others that are valuable for others. And you're like on this journey of making that clear and communicating that to the world and building a business with that and making money with it and building something valuable and life that is valuable that gives you the support to contribute even more. You're trying to build that life with that money. And you're somewhere on that direction, on that journey, right? So, and sometimes we're like, why are we in this situation? Why are we in this position? Why? Like, oh, why? God, please help me. Because it seems impossible or unjust or illogical. Yeah, let me know if that is for you, if you are at such a moment. And this is why you got into this reading here. It looks like. And you're like, why? Why does this happen to me? Why is it so difficult? Why do I not know what the next step is? Why am I still struggling with self-esteem after all these years and all these experiences? Why? Why does this situation not make sense? And the answer is because qualities are inborn. In every situation, there's actually like an opportunity that is like leading you to the perhaps illogical, but true in the heart answer as to why you're in that situation. And that is because, well, you can say there's a lesson. Sometimes that sounds a little bit too harsh even, although that's true. Maybe there is something that in it that leads you to a better self-understanding, and that better self-understanding that leads you to choose something that really works. So that's, of course, also like the power of contrast, right? Knowing what is not working out, and also processing that to such a degree that you genuinely can let go of that, because now you understood something that otherwise would not have occurred to you. You understand something about human nature. You understand something about, this is really not my public, my audience, or this is really not the price point I should be setting for my services or products or something entirely different. Oh, this is not my truth. God. But once you really, really, truly get to the core of such a situation, you really, really hit the jackpot, and your gold is inside of that, just like the alchemist that finds the gold at the center of fusion, liquids, or whatever, or the core of the transformation, lead, lesser metals. So the answer is because qualities are inborn. You are already what you are seeking, and you are in this situation because this is how your egg cracks and your vortex will be born. Clear and fresh. Certainly perfectly blueprinting what you always already want. That feels complete. Feels like the answer from you. Oh, damn, that went quickly. I was like, let's go to the other green deck. It's green today. And gold as well. Life purpose deck card for you. Let's see what it is. I hope this helps us further in this reading for you today. Study. It's a Dutch card. Studeren. Study. I will translate it when I read it. Read, research, and education help you to get a newfound trust and clarity about your career. Yeah, permission. And what I really like, what stands out for me now as a picture is that it looks like it doesn't really matter what age you have, you can always learn something. You can always go back to schools, sort of, but you also don't need to go back to school. You can just, allocate 1 hour a day to read a book about what you intuit that you now need to know now that your blueprint is laid bare and you have a new view on your essential core qualities that are actually inborn. Now you see it, now you are it, now it's suddenly here. And that brings perhaps to the table that you could research some topics that have some relationship to it. Sometimes, when you're letting go of narcissistic abuse that you underwent in a former life stage or something like that, it falls away. This is just an example. Maybe it's for you. It falls away, and then suddenly you're like, oh, I just am actually this whole person with this whole energy body. I'm already here. This results of the narcissistic abuse was just holding me back from, it was just like the shell of the egg. And it opened, and it was just holding you back from getting like the correct perspective about who you even are, what you even are. And now you get through that movement, it starts to become clear. And although you're just now really like yourself, maybe it does make sense to look some stuff up, to study something about what you just let go, and to, print that out and put it in your binder so that you can look back at it when it feels necessary and that feels then emotionally safe for you to do, to have this like background info should your mind revert back to something that is already done and over with actually, and you can like read up again. I don't know. It's just an idea, just an example, right? Or you are, that's like an insurance policy, right? Or you can like study for, hey, but now I find myself to be this person that could contribute positively to other people, almost just like this. I don't need much extra, but I would love to have some additional study of what I feel intuitively drawn to, this new field of something that interests me now that I am laid bare kind of new energy field and let me, look up some things about that new topic that interests me. What are twin flames? Maybe I'm going to be a twin flame coach. I don't know. What are they? Is there information out there that I would need? And then also, of course, like judge that information about with your inborn wisdom, if that is relevant or not, or about some other field, right? Maybe this was like a bad example. There is a lot about twin flames as a field of study out that is not necessarily helpful. So, maybe studying could even make you find that one out. And when you're like, yeah, now I acknowledge this, and now I went to study that, and after 2 chapters in this book about it, I'm like, no, that doesn't ring true for me. So now actually my research has made clear that I should write the book myself, or whatever it is. You can always learn within the learning. So that sounds like an interesting direction for you. I do feel like we're going to get one card at least of the tarot to, I don't know, like some sort of like one piece of direction about this new studying thing. Okay, let's shuffle with intention. Jump out already, just like that. We started with that jump, remember? So that felt very alive. So there is something that really is already alive inside of you. So whatever you're going to study, maybe you just want to, not lose that feeling of being alive. That felt important. So I just threw some cards on the ground. Let's hope that they make sense and that they are for you. Oh, that's interesting. One's upside down. I think I'm just going to keep how I found it. So you have already one wand placed in your castle behind your back, and it's pretty firm. And the other one is like in your hand, and you're like overlooking this new landscape with the world in your hand as well, where it's going to take place. So yeah, maybe you are making like new plans. The world is your oyster. Now you're going to see what more you can make of this. You have one wand in place, the other one is like as some sort of a leadership kind of token in the hand, world, overlooking a landscape. Let's see what we can do with this. Let's see what we can contribute to the world. I don't know. I just have this promising feeling with the Two of Wands. It can also signify a partnership. Well, let's start with a partnership with yourself. And since you're true twin flame, the ultimate lover that belongs to you, also in the mission sense, that's true for everyone. Even when you start to feel that union between the two, like your true life's mission that you have your own role in, but you share will come forward from that. That is so true. So maybe there is an opportunity for you to get a feel for what that is. And this is the one and only mission partner for you, for everyone in their life. And that is attainable. It's actually already true in the now. And because they are you, how I said in the beginning of how your soul architecture works and is able to be traced back to source where your blueprint of your soul was once in the beginning was made. They are you. They are you. They are them. They are. We just form one unit. And that's why you can always, when this is like a little bit too esoteric for you, or you're like, yeah, but I'm not really not there yet in like the daily life actual sense, which is for a lot of people often the case. They sort of have an idea of what this is, and they have like an intuition about what it is for them individually. But then they're like, yeah, but there seems to be like, we could have this life in a real sense, in a daily life sense, in a relationship sense, in all ways possible that I would envision a relationship. But that seems still something like a little further away in my development or in the future. And also that, but and at the same time, because it is the truth, but also because of that, you can always start with yourself. So because you are them, you can start with you. And because you may not be in harmonious union in your daily life expression of that yet, you can also start with yourself and start with yourself. Get a taste of what that is, partner with yourself. So, and the other one was, but it was upside down. So we had like a Two of Swords, which is a blindfolded woman sitting in front of a little bit of a gray woman, sitting in front of an ocean with very shallow rocks, shallow water, it seems, but it's moving. And she has those two swords with crossed arms, and the moon is out. So that is a position that is very hard to sit like that, because a sword is very heavy. You see how enormous in size those swords are. They're made out of heavy metal, right? So that you can't sit like this. It's too heavy to hold. Imagine even trying to get those swords off like that. So that's like the advice would like roughly seem like, please take your blindfold off and put the swords down, and be a little happier, But I found it like this. So maybe that's like the blindfold and the heart protection, the defense mechanisms in your psychology. They're about to fall away. The shells are protection around the heart is about to fall away or falling away, or is advised to let fall away. And looks like it's falling away. And because it's a Two of Swords, that also really, again, seems to refer that there is something about your truth and flame as well. Like these two expressions from one soul blueprint kind of feel that it's relevant for your situation right now. So maybe when you keep that in mind while you develop and while you take your next step, you keep in mind that your true divine nature is having already that true business and mission partner, because it is your truth and flame. And you can already trust that, because that's your ultimate divine architecture of what you are. So that is already what you are. You can already trust that in the now. Maybe you just let that get closer to your heart, that truth, and that will stabilize your heart to be able to let that shell, those alloplastic defenses in your psychology, fall away and move forward. Find it in yourself first. Find out what your qualities that are inborn actually are. Trust that they will play together with your children perfectly when you would meet them. And start studying. You can study with us for children things, as well as for your money, business, and mission abundance. So you are invited. I hope this helped, and I hope to see you in the next video, in the next reading. And you are invited in our Facebook group called Your Abundance to start with, to work further with us. And of course, let us know what you found valuable in this reading in the group. That would be cool as well. Just an idea that came to mind for specifically you. And I hope to see you return to our channel of Creative Universe. Welcome to your reading if you have the Builder Creator archetype from your quiz right now. And yeah, I love that for you. I think builders are really, really, yeah, people that have energy, supportive. Yeah, I love that. So they're actually heart-based people because any scheduling or any system, any innovation that is used for building blocks, and the building blocks themselves and the person that places them on each other, that, you know, that all needs to happen from the heart. Otherwise it's not even like sustainable, right? And I trust you can do that for this moment, for this situation, because you came out in a quiz like that, or maybe just only, or I actually wanted to say, maybe just really, really in your entire life's mission, who knows, you know, you're really that person always. But yeah, we leave that open in these readings, although I think it's playful to use that division. It's also a way I structure the entire creative identity healing system. There's much more to it besides this. So it will be just helpful if you're coming to study with us in so many ways. But at the same time, it's also a playful start to make you go through it, right? To get into your own question and situation that you have right now about your life's mission and what kind of step you could make at this moment, and that you think about it. And, yeah, make all of that select for you or with you your reading, in which we're going to look at the manifest and heal cards of my own making, and we're also going to look at least one of the life mission card deck, and maybe when I need to, I'm going to use for this reading the tarot cards, the classical tarot as well, to see if there is some specific answer that we need for you. So I'm going to start with the manifest and heal cards. I'm sure you have a situation and you just want to know how to move forward with my life mission. Maybe is there a suggestion what it even is. So let's try to shuffle with intention, and I can see fairly quickly what kind of card would work for you. I hope. I have this feeling that I saw very clearly the healing cards, the golden ones in this deck actually for you. So I'm not sure this one. So maybe this one, right? So these are the back sides of the healing cards, slightly as opposed to the manifest cards, which are the green ones. And this is the healing card. And this is like the full healing capacity in a symbol. And this is not the card yet, but it's like the back side. And that means there are like two holes and they overlap, and then you get this almond shaped middle section. That section is sometimes even called basic hibiscus, but anyway, it's getting a little bit technical here. It's really an alchemical life artist's kind of symbol that symbolizes that how you can come to union with yourself. And also, of course, you are a whole that forms a complete whole with your other expression from your soul blueprint. That is your complementary truth and flame, your life's partner, it's your best friend, your ultimate lover too, and your mission partner. So maybe that's for you. But anyway, your healing card to get to that whole is number 7. And it's of course sort of a moon. It's like the idea of this symbol is that it's one side of these. One side symbol that we see here. That's why I pointed it out. So you could draw this symbol for yourself and like put it under your pillow and sleep on it. Like put it on a card and wear it in your clothes or something. Maybe it feels good to you, Drawings have like made with intention. They have a sort of an energetic feeling with it, You take it in your energy field when you carry it with you, however you want to define that. It does influence you, so if it feels good for you, I would do it. It does refer to the divine masculine kind of an energy feel and feeling. That also refers to the mind, so to mind healing, so to thought healing, to brain healing, to third eye kind of feel, that field around it. And it is in the body energy field of the individual. It is located in the midbrain area. And it does locate or like stream out to the backside of your skull, and it is related to the mind healing of the divine masculine kind of individual energy field healing, as in a sense sort of opposed to the more divine feminine related energy healing that takes place in your lower belly area of sexuality in the individual. And these are like connection points within your individual system that in the larger whole, the larger layer of what you are in truth also expresses itself as the divine feminine and divine masculine as individual expressions of your one soul, birth from source out, as a soul with 2 expressions from that soul blueprint as 2 twin flames. For the very most amount of people, it is really those 2 expressions in one soul blueprint stemming from source, and not like multiple one. That's just your architecture. Your architecture is just what you are. That's not like hocus pocus, or it's not like an opinion only for half of the people true. It's just what you are. So in a sense, don't worry, you are already that. Right. And maybe that's the point. Maybe you are worrying. Is that true? Are you worrying? Let me know in the comments if that is you. It could be that you're worrying, or that is something in your mind, in your mind's field, in your thoughts, in your brain, that is in your brain structuring, that maybe asks for a transformation or a breakthrough. Is that true? Is there a possibility for you to acknowledge what that is? Is there a possibility and a space to lovingly see what mind patterns, negative thought patterns, or patterns at all that repeat, which is not healthy to have something on repeat in the mind in the first place. Can you lovingly like acknowledge if there is something for you there? Maybe you just start to journal about that, or start to journal anyway. What do you feel? What do you think on a daily basis? Every evening, just write some lines in a Word document on your computer, or in your notepad on your phone before you sleep, go to sleep, or in a paper notebook in a special place in your bedroom, or in a special reading corner, reading nook in your office, where that notebook is, a paper notebook and a pen. You can start your working day with making some notes about how are you mentally patterning yourself. You know, full of like anxiety thoughts? Are you full of like thoughts about the past only? Can you get beyond that? Is it full of negative thoughts? Do you know if there is like a history of personality issues in your family? It's not only that it can genetically affect you, but also through psychological, multi-generational patterning. Unconsciously or consciously, but unconsciously for the most part, or for sure, or always, it's always happening. Imprinting children and how you raise them with those family patterns. You know, if you define them as psychological illnesses or not, sometimes it can be pretty clarifying to read a book about psychology. You know, you're like, oh, look at that. This is just where it stands, you know, how our family is like misthinking in a sense, you know, because it's not holistically whole, feel good, a way of thinking that connects into a mentality, way of being that can have the heart in it, integrated in it, and can have sexuality integrated. You have well-being integrated inside of it on all levels, at every moment. When it's not that, there might be something in that mind pattern that needs to be looked into. Concerning your ability to move forward on your true life's mission, your true sense of purpose and identity and mission to bring to other people, you know, that needs to first have you as a person that has integrated their mind into the divine. Wow. Well, maybe we'll just, you know, make a drawing of this moon symbol and put it in that notebook, or like, I'm going to put a card from this deck, or put it anywhere. I am wearing symbols right now, I will show you. And you can just wear your symbols if you want. So this is a flower of life on the background. It's just a piece of paper, right? And we have a couple of crystal cards. So just an idea. Yeah, so this is interesting. Now it goes to nourishment or food. It's a Dutch deck, so Dutch version it says voeding, which means food. Je doet helenwerk. You are doing healing work with your culinary skills. Very interesting. Is food or cooking or nourishment or working with food, is that part of your life's mission? Do you like that? This can go multiple directions because not everybody is a cook, you know. And you don't need to be. Sometimes you're just a cook for your children, or you're a creative cook for your partner, or you're a creative cook just for yourself as a well-deserved creative outlet after your working day. That can be wonderful. But and then another, and that can be, you know, enhancing your mental sanity. Of course, mental, emotional, and physical work completely together, right? And all three of them are steered through the soul that's connected to source. Okay, that goes again, you know, to make the picture complete of how we function. It can also mean is what we take in as nourishment during the day in a mental sense healthy for you. Is do you watch like dramatic disaster news all day long on TV, or do you read people nagging at the world situation on Facebook all day long? Or, you know, and it could like influence you. It could be like, geez, I'm just like eating with my mind all day long, this sort of crap, right? So maybe don't do that and do something with your mind that has more nourishing value, right? And when we're talking about your life's mission, maybe that's, you know, like maybe you could be a person that is like nurturing people's mind with nourishing vitamins, mental vitamins. You know, maybe you're just starting your blog with your worldview and your view about how humanity can transform itself with examples of your own daily life and life experiences. And your blog, with these blog posts that you write every second day, you are just contributing to a nourishing read or reading feed for your friends and your friends to be that will become your clients thereafter also, because now you're going to be interested in learning more from you and having some personal talks with you about all these wonderful things that you wrote in your blog. And then you just make yourself available for online video calls or something about those topics for your audience. And there you go. You just have found a direction for your mission. But you are the builder, isn't it? So build with these ingredients. Yeah. That's what you are. And if you're going to be this builder that can heal their mind and see what nourishes their mind and how they can be a nourisher for other people in their mission, maybe you can be the builder behind something that can be created to do that. And you could potentially team up with an acknowledger type person that's going to do your marketing, sales. You could perhaps team up with, let me see, with a coach type person that can coach you along in this development. And maybe you want to, and entrepreneurially speaking, right? These types also are valid. Maybe you want to be the visionary yourself as well in the amount of examples that I sort of build up through talking about your reading today. Then you would be a builder and creator together, a builder and a visionary, a builder and an artist together, the builder and the one that has the idea together. So maybe, yeah. And as a builder, you would know how to make that work. So to start a team or to team up as a builder is not just such a strange idea, because you're really someone that can make things come true as a builder, which is cool. And yeah, you really know how when you can prepare your mind first. So let me see, are we there now for you? I think I do want to have one clarifying tarot card for you, because they're like a finishing touch or something. About your mission for the builder creator. Mission, new step. Mission, new step. Okay, I think I'm just going to split the deck. Look at the card. So this is going to bring you real abundance and maturity. And stuff to harvest, fruits will come from, because this is the Kaiserin. Number 3 is the Empress. The Empress is really this regal woman sitting in a lush countryside with, the end of summer when the harvest is there. She has all this fruit on her dress. Beautiful, fine, feminine kind of richness resulting from all of this. So that feels good for you, yeah. And it does give like this counterpart energy of the divine masculine mind and like the lower part of the divine energy and the earth and the life energies, the divine feminine richness is here as well. So that's where it leads to. Streamlined mind leads to being able to have these fruits and to be this rich empress, right? Which then reflects back again to the divine masculine mind that can attune itself better and better. So also your divine feminine and divine masculine counterpart. Maybe your divine feminine and your divine masculine counterpart also relaxes from the fact that you are becoming this rich, abundant woman after you have healed your own mind, okay? And now there's even like this movement from like, let's say you are like the divine feminine in your twin flame union and you heal your mind and you nourish the self and therefore it's able to nourish others. And for that reason, you do become the empress more and more, and you just sink into that embodiment, then you are giving, then like my energy field will be like prepared, right? And then you are giving through that your divine masculine counterpart that already is here in the world, in the universe here, also on the earth, not somewhere else. Accessible through the heart, but it's a real person. You can really in the same room, in the same house. You're not there yet. It's still already true in that place where truth is. So don't worry about that. They will be set free by me being this as well, right? So it works back as well, back to, yeah, back from my sexuality to my mind again in my own ecosystem, in my own energy field, but also it refers back to my divine masculine in my bigger union automatically as well, because these are communicating energies automatically as well. And that's just a wonderful gift that you can then give to your masculine as well. So this is an example about being the divine feminine as the one that listens to this video, that watches this reading, but that is not necessary. So, okay. You can also be a divine masculine person at the core of your being and hear this reading and needing to see something about your mind and therefore setting your divine feminine part through embodying yourself better as well. So it will always communicate also between you. You find out what that means for you. I sure want to know about that. I'm very curious because every individual situation, how this works out, gives me wonderful feedback so that I can learn more and more that the things how I feel and intuit and know that things work is correct. And I can broaden my database about, yeah, that worked out like that. Yeah, that refers to how I would feel it indeed. Cool, you know. And we're just also able to help more people with more assurance. So that's just wonderful. So please, if you have a reaction to this reading here, put it in the comment box somehow. That would be wonderful. And I hope you come back for another reading or another video. You're very welcome to more more ways to participate in our creative universe .earth, right? Because we have a Facebook group, Your Abundance, it's called, and you will be very welcome there as well to work with, for instance, our free tool that's available there. It's called Key, and Key is 4 easy steps that you can transform, and it works pretty much also with the mind, also with the body, but it starts also with answering 4 questions with words, and it's very much the mind. You can find that tool there. It will absolutely help you to clear your mind. I wish for you to work that out because I support your bloom, full bloom. All right, see you soon. Thank you for watching. Welcome. You are the acknowledger. You came out of the quiz as the acknowledger, maybe for the now, maybe just for, you know, your entire life's mission, but we'll just look into a suggestion for you for the now to, yeah, know what to do to get a grip on your life's mission, to put the next step forward, or to get more clarity about what it even is, you know. And we're going to look at my own design upside down. What could be a theme for you? Do you have something with upside down? The Manifest and Heal cards deck will also for you, like, get a card from the other green deck that I have. It's the Life Mission deck, the Life Purpose deck. And maybe if it feels necessary, I'm going to look in the Classical Tarot to see if there needs to be any clarification for you. So I think we'll just start with a Manifest and Heal card for you, the acknowledger that is in the creation moment of connecting with the belly, where the joy is that you also share with other people, and where the assurance is of emotional yeah, safety and richness for yourself and then also for others. I always tend to see like this belly full of content, like sticking forwards. Perhaps really not trendy, to have a big belly sticking forward. That's more like, that's not trendy and hip. But that's how it feels to me energetically, in like this manifesting her life's mission kind of playing field. So let's just like shuffle with intention. Maybe something wants to come out already, just like that. And yeah, so I just always go from the energy in your body. Your body lives inside an energy field. That's how you feel. It's how you. So when you feel the energy body, then it feels very healthy, to have your belly full and being filled and fulfilled. And in that sense, sort of like sticking forward, it's more like an energy suggestion, not a physical suggestion to become really obese. That's not what we're meaning. All righty. Yeah, this one. 2. So this is a card that is from the Acknowledger series in the Manifest and Heal cards. Here is silver, and this is really silver with a little purple. So the Acknowledger card series in the Manifest and Heal cards really are in tune with the outcome of the quiz at this point. And it signifies the manifestation, creation moment in which this is like the sea with waves on top, the sea of feeling in which you are submerged, like the good feeling in the belly that you share with yourself and then with other people is like in the sea, like this water element, energetic in the belly. Okay, so, and these are like waves underwater coming from a core in that belly, or a feeling at home core in that belly, and there's just this feeling of good vibes spreading out. And there's also this place where the water is topped off, the boundary of the water, certainly. And there are waves, and then there is an infinity sign on the waves suggesting that there's always water, but also always this moving place where the water ends and the air starts. Which is always so funny, like fish in the water don't know that they're in the water, just like we are in the air, but we don't know that we are in the air. Always something around you that you're like not aware of because it's your norm. And you are in a symbiotic relationship with it. You're just taking that air in, breathing it out. And it's vicious, like a symbiotic relationship with the water because it holds the fish in place and makes the fish be able to swim and live and have its body function correctly. Right. The text on the card is to honor what is created with deserved attention. Acknowledger news. Why? The acknowledger is always with the symbol of the money. One coin, the money. You're right on the money. You are to honor what is created with deserved attention. And that's so wonderful because if you can see what it is that is already here, you inside the air, and how that is a mystery, and how that is like a miracle in itself, and how the fish is a mystery, and it's always surrounded by the water that keeps it in place. And that is a mystery that fish exist, and it's a mystery that water exists, and it's a miracle. It's a miracle that it is there. The miracle that is there. I can go to the water somewhere, and there are fish living in there. That's a miracle. It's just there. It is miraculous that it just is there. Do you understand that? You do live in a miracle universe. That it appears to you is a miracle itself. Why would the fish be there? Why would my hand be here? Why would I be sitting in this room in front of the camera? It's a miracle. And you trust this miracle. You trust that you are a human being with the air around you, and that you are in a symbiotic relationship with the air. You trust that already, but it's a miracle. So I think it's good to understand that we already trust miracles. We already live miracles. And when you become aware of that, then it also starts to be your norm and your expectation that you can trust that miracles will keep on being there. For instance, the ones that you desire in your soul. You can acknowledge them. You are the acknowledger in this quiz. Do that. So now you've acknowledged that this miracle that you desire in your soul exists. So it must present itself. Hey, there's your manifestation secret. I hope that helps. I love it. That's wonderful how that came out. Yeah, let me know how that resonates with you by writing a comment underneath this video. You already trust miracles, so trusting miracles is not strange. And the fact that you desire something in your soul and then it comes into being, and then it is here and it's a manifestation, and that's a miracle. That already happened as well. That is you sitting here, but it is me sitting here. Right? You already desire to come into being as a soul. That's why you're born and why you're here. So yeah, it already happened. You desired that yourself as a soul. So that's why you're here now. So if there is more desires in your soul, they can also come into being as a miracle. So whatever you're wanting, that's the power that you're looking for. And it's a real power. You make a real connection. This is something that I'm now feeling in my entire being. That's why I say it. And my entire being is an expression that means my entire being. It means my mind. It means my emotions. It means my heart. It means my body. It means my energy field. It means that I just feel the resonance of that in every cell of my body. So if you can come there as well, then we're together here and it's a lot more fun. Okay, that's cool. That would be cool. And that's why everything is where it is, how it is, to honor what is created with deserved attention. Yeah, no, so when you honor what is your creation right now, you can also, then you have the power to also honor that next miraculous situation that you're desiring, and you can actually also honor the fact that you have that desire. So that's how you get to your next desired step, so to speak. Right? And don't be afraid that steps lead to nothing, because they do lead to something. And you know, being in a mission-driven journey that is, I would say, entrepreneurial in nature, because that's just a great way of doing that. For the most part, and as focus. Oh, just looking for a card from there. When you're on that mission journey, I think we're going to look at this card. Maybe this helps to finish my sentence. Well, I think you just get to know what it is that you're going to do or going to want as your life's mission. This is in Dutch, but it says giving advice. You're an advisor. Or giving advice is the card, at least. You heal with your friendly words, your wise advice, and your listening skills, it says. And there's just this sweet, some sort of a small fairy, or maybe like a small mini angel on the hand of the bigger angel. They're really like listening to each other. Who is listening to whom? Good question. So this was funny. I sort of lost my train of thought. It just felt as though that whole miracle talk sort of disappeared into this new vision or something. So maybe just let me know how that resonates with you. But maybe it just means that that's like the form of your next step. That's the form of your current transformation, that you start to understand the miracle nature of yourself and your situation, and just some sort of transform into a person that understands that they can, through the same hologram kind of nature, are able to give advice to other people, because now they can tap into that miracle wisdom energy, and they can just tap into that when someone else asks them a question, and that generates an answer that is really co-created with the source of that miracle nature, and that makes you a very wonderful, not only connector through the belly with other people, but also giver of advice. And you heal even with your friendly words, your wise advice, and your listening skills. So, yeah, maybe it's also like awakening for the art of this communicational exchange, and bringing life into, and light and love into this social game of exchanging answer and question and answer, question, talking and listening and talking and listening, and like really bringing life into that. How many times a social setting, which is really like a deeply acknowledger outcome of quiz diving, words that you're reading for. Acknowledge your kind of situation, you know, social situation, social setting, social exchange, going to a place and exchanging with people, multiple people in a group, or like as some sort of a networking kind of play. And that is really an acknowledge your kind of play. Yet how, seen from the miracle perspective, how shallow is that play on, you know? Maybe you're even fed up with it. I was. And then to realize that you could reinvent that and really breathe life into it. Maybe you're just even talking with one person only. One random person only or something. But when you have breathed life and light and love into that, through the acknowledgement of the fact that we live in a miracle universe first, and then you breathe life and light and love into this conversation, and it really starts to become alive, and it starts to really be about something. You're like, your heart is touched. Something starts to become built through it, something you didn't know yet before. That can be wonderful. And you could even make yourself as a life purpose available for that to happen for people. And people could just spontaneously learn something from it. And then you're the facilitator. That could be even like a professional stance that you could take in. Ask money for. But maybe that takes it too far to that sort of answer. I'm not sure. So I'm just going to look into the tarot cards to get like a little bit more clarification where we're going with this. This seems to be fairly quick, and it is the World, and this is card 21, and that is the last card in the Major Arcana series that really says that you have arrived, a development is fully rounded off here, and you did that with accolades, and like major growth is happening from that. There's 3 is here. This is like a mirror. It's a 3. The 3 is very much growth attuned. This is the hermaphrodite. Almost not pronounce it because it's a woman's body with the penis behind the scarf, is what they say. And that is the symbolic, not an actual, symbolic mythological representation, i.e. symbol, not the actuality, the symbol for the true twin flame, your life mission partner that is with you already in that mission, guaranteed, because that's architecture. So that's a symbol for that. So that's always a celebration when we can make that come true. And there are 4 corners, and the celebratory element is, of course, in like a celebratory guirlande. That's a French word. Anyway, there are 4 corners, and there are like 4 elements, like 4 elements that the universe is built out of, and so on. And the 4 corners of the universe, like 4 directions, front, side, back, and so on. It's some sort of a double magician, because this figure is holding 2 magician wands, 1 in each hand, and I think that's amazing, very beautiful. That is what happens when you are going to do your life mission with your true mission partner, that is your true twin flame, because you are both magicians holding the same kind of wand, having each a wand with which you can create that is attuned to your expression of that soul blueprint that you both came from, that is connected to source. But that is really true. It's really true. It's really daily life true. It's real. Okay. And you both do have qualities that you can some sort of be the magician with. Well, and guess what? If they both wave their wand with their own way of doing that, they will both create a result that enhances each other. And it's like this built-in augmentation of any magic that you could want to do when you know that your magic is your desire that brings the next miracle into being, just by itself, automatically. So yeah, maybe you do want to go on that journey to the true twin flame. That will be a great one. But it also feels like, as the end of this small reading for you, that you may, with this reading or with this moment or with what it does to you, some sort of complete something, complete a certain development or a certain clarity that you can now move forward. And I just invite you cordially to come and work that out with us. If you feel inspired by it, there are many options to come closer to us. Yeah, us is creativeuniverse.earth and all our social media. I just love doing this reading for you. Just let me know how it resonates with you. And I hope you come back to another reading video or another video. And I hope to also meet you via whichever way real soon.